Hello, Detroit. We just finished doing some church music for UCC here in San Luis Obispo. So we take advantage of the setup right here. I'm not going to really do much music, but I wanted to talk to my people in Detroit. I have very prominently placed my mother, let's see, oh, there we go. Martha Jean, the Queen, right there in the back, who is inspiring me today. And the Spirit just came on me, just reach out to you because I looked on TV and I saw Detroit. And everybody's sitting and they're listening to speakers. And I called some of the people from my mom's church, a certain person that I won't put him on Jump Street right now, but I'm not there. And I wrote something down and I was reading it to Kenny and he said, can we just live stream this? And I went, let's go ahead, let's do it. So I just felt so proud that Mom went on the radio in 1967 and became known for quelling the rebellion. They didn't call it a riot, they called it a rebellion. And I think that it's proper to call it that now, in light of everything that has happened. It's such sadness, it's such outrage, it's so sad. And yet, we have another opportunity. We've been here before, Detroit. Some of you elders there, your children are out there, your grandchildren are out there. You know, Queen raised a lot of them. You made them sit down and listen to her. So, I'm not my mother, but I am a peach that doesn't fall too far from the tree here. So I figured I wanted to say something because what I saw today was confirmation to me that you got this. You know what to do. You don't have to have the burnt offerings or the sacrifice that are still standing in Detroit as reminders of a time, and no one's come to repair it. And there's been lots of pushes to get Detroit back, but it's the comeback kid. But you, Detroit, you're going to show the world and all the cities how to do this. Because you have elders there who can still talk to you about what was done, what was achieved, and what is still left to deal with. I remember when Mom had Blue Collar Workers of America, and I remember her saying way back before she even had the church, she was at WJLB radio, and she said, the politicians used to come in there, and she went, no, you're not coming in here, you're not going to grandstand. You're going to come over here, you're going to listen to the people. You're going to listen to what they have to say. You're not campaigning here. And she made them accountable for what needed to be said, what needed to be heard. And so her presence after this and on the radio gave rise to what they're trying to do in the other cities, especially I think Minneapolis said this, that they wanted a review board. Well, we had our review board every day with Buzz the Fuzz. Commissioner Nichols had to come down. He had to talk to the people after that rebellion. And I'm going to back up a little bit because I remember when Irma Henderson and Mom were up at the studio at WJLB, and the tanks were ordered to come into the city. And the Archdiocese called, because, we were 12 years Catholic. Mom came up at the same. I went to the same grade school, high school, because then it was like 1 through 12, St. Augustine. And so even though she began to move away from the Catholic Church, she became very respected in the community because, your upbringing, you always have some of that still in you. But we were also from Memphis, and that common sense and the people and the struggle was very much alive in her. Well, they called her and they said, Queen, you gotta let these mothers know to get their sons and daughters off the streets, especially the sons, because the tanks are coming in. And so they came in and she went on the radio for 48 hours straight. And she talked to the people of Detroit. And she said, get your children, mothers, get your children off the streets and on the porch. And they did. And she saved a lot of lives that day. And then dialogue started. Did we get there? To some degree. To a great degree in some cases. But now, we're at a starting point where we have to come in on another level and build back up to what maybe we got too comfortable about. Although the black community has never been too comfortable, and now recently the Latino people are not too comfortable. Nobody's comfortable. So I felt that I wanted to encourage you today. I am not my mother, like I said, but I felt that I wanted to say something to you and all of those people that she spoke to and spoke possibility that you are somebody, that the blue-collar workers of America, if you all came together, black and white, you could be so powerful. You could be powerful. And it won't be black and white. It would be the blue-collar workers of America that are still what makes the wheels of the world go round. So I wanted to say this, and I'm starting it like this because I wrote it on my cell phone, and I wrote it to, and I'd have to get his permission to say his name, but I'm just going to read it to you and encouraged him to go down because most of you can get on that microphone and remind people of what the struggle was. There are things that have changed. Thank God we got a cell phone because Darnella Frazier, she captured it all, didn't she? 17 years old. So you're not too young, you're not too old. But this is what I wanted to say, and I'm going to read it here. I was telling them, say, I am, come here as an elder in our community to put the city of Detroit in remembrance of a time of unrest in 1967 and invoke the mind and spirit of Martha Jean the Queen, who believed in this city. See, your grandmothers and your mothers and your fathers too, because they knew when the eagle flied at the factory that the women were going to be there at the door to get that bonus check. But I wanted to put you in remembrance that I heard from many mothers and grandmothers that said, Diane, your mother raised me. And I've heard from a lot of white people in the suburbs who she referred to as her closet listeners, because she knew they were there, and she knew they were listening. And he said, your mother raised me too. So I'm going to keep going on with what I had to say. I said, she who raised generations of children, of mothers who love their sons and daughters. We will not have to burn our buildings and our neighborhoods. The burnt offering has been made. The relics of that sacrifice are still standing, and you know those houses down there. They're still standing. Nobody's done anything to them. They haven't torn them down. So remember that. Detroit knows what you're going to be left with. Even though there will be a phoenix rising out of the ashes, we just remember that it's really hard to get rid of that, even though people are still trying. So I said the relics of that sacrifice are still standing, and we know what to do. Detroit, you know what to do. We will go beyond the circumstance of this, and we will take a stand unmoved, except by the movement of spirit that led all of us here, and to empower you, me, and everybody else to act in fierceness and determination to change the system of things. You cannot change it by not voting. You have to be involved. And you have to resist the temptation to be bought off. So we're going to need some pure heart here. It's time. It's time. You got to vote these people out. We will prevail. And the young people out there, the young people of the world, God bless you. You got to show the world how we will be more than conquerors. You're going to have your elders pushing you, and like on eagle's wings, they're going to lift you up. But you know what to do. You know what to do. And you will prevail. You're going to prevail in truth. You're going to prevail in light. And don't let anybody steal your joy, your vote, or your life. God bless you.